Hey, shalom, shalom, yashala. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash, the Barnabas Apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Special salutations to the hope of your leg, Yahweh, the house of David, and to the confusion of faces scattered across the four corners of the globe. It's the brother Rob Shabbat, from the shepherds of Berea camp. Shalom to the priests and the elders of shepherds of Berea as well. I just want to come do another video about this Coon, Stephen A. Smith. Yes, and you a Coon. You know, we are going to speak out and call our people out because a lot of people are afraid to, right? We don't fear you. We don't feel your anger. We don't feel your, I got a lot to say. I'm going to get y'all because I hear you guys out. You are being a Coon, okay? And Jay Williams, you've been saying the right things, especially with what Kyrie's been going through. You're right. Saying that they're wrong for the way they've been treating them. And then also, you called out Jerry Jones for what Jerry Jones did. Don't go soft. Do not have respect to persons. Stephen A. Smith needs to understand and know that he is a coon for defending Jerry Jones. He is a coon. He's a sucker for defending Jerry Jones. It is absolutely right to call out Jerry Jones for standing in a crowd of stopping a bunch of so-called black men from entering, trying to get their education. Which Jerry Jones was there, and he was given an opportunity to go to school. He was given an opportunity to learn what he needed to learn, and his trust fund baby ass was able to become a billionaire, getting more so-called black slaves, the same people he didn't want to go to school or work, are the reason why he's rich now from one of the teams that he works for, or a reason why he has more riches. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with calling out the wicked for who they are. You people need to sit the fuck down. You don't have a word. You don't have the balls to speak out against the wickedness of these nations. You have smokes for your own people. Your ops is your own people. But we, from the Apostles of Great Millstone and every other brother through the true teachings of the Apostles of Great Millstone and the spirit of power, Yahbashim Yahushua, we have smoke for these nations. And for the wicked, coon, 2/3 niggas of our nation. Anybody that's wicked, that's not righteous, we got smoke for, all right? And we're not afraid to be confrontational and check somebody that's wrong and that's wicked. No matter what color they skin, no matter who they identify as. If you're wrong, you're wrong, okay? Let's go into this quick video.
I want to piggyback on what you said. And obviously, even if people are absolving Jerry Jones of being 14 years old, you brought up it's a grotesque moment in history, and you're absolutely right. So it's an opportunity to say, even if you're saying, you know, I was there being curious, et cetera, an opportunity to condemn that and to condemn what's happened. Do you think that was a missed opportunity, Stephen A., by Jerry, that he should have been more elaborate on it and that moment in history?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't change my position about a photo being held against him. Yeah. But two things.
That's not what you was asked. Once again, you still want to throw in your position because you defended him. And when you heard all the backlash, you heard everybody getting, rebuking you, especially Combs, now you want to keep emphasizing and change your speech. And now you want to say, well, it doesn't change my, that's not what she asked you. Answer the question, but you want to throw in there that it doesn't change your position. It doesn't change your position. We understand that you a damn coon and Esau got his rod up your fucking behind.
Things can be true. Pointing that out, if you want to address his situation and his history and his questionable history, that's fine. But to use the photo to do it of a 14-year-old, my point is, do we really want, I don't know what the hell I did as a teenager.
That's not what we talking about. Why not? How many 14-year-olds are getting charged for murder charges? How many 14-year-olds would get prosecuted? Okay? How many times do they bring up charges for what somebody did or that was around or in the car at that time and they still get prosecuted for that?
A lot of us don't want that Pandora's box open. The flip side to it, however, is that doesn't make you wrong with a syllable you uttered about the missed opportunity Jerry Jones had. Jerry Jones, and this is not the first time, he's missed opportunities with Kaepernick. He's missed opportunities with social justice issues. He's missed opportunities when it pertained to Trump. He ultimately took a knee in 2017, but that was after the former president called NFL players sons of bees and stuff like that. Only after that did he finally take a knee. And guess what? When he had that meeting with his players, according to what I was told, when he told the players, this is a business meeting down here in Texas. Okay? If you are going to do something like that, the audience here, our constituency, is going to interpret that as unpatriotic, which could affect our bottom line. If it affects our bottom line, we're going to make sure it affects your bottom line. That's what he said. So my point is, there are a multitude of situations that have occurred over the last half decade or so where you can make a absolutely formidable argument that Jerry Jones had missed an opportunity. But that doesn't mean that photo should be indicative of that.
But here's why I disagree with you, though, Stephen, though, because the photo is a piece of the bigger body of work, and that's what people are referring to, right?
Exactly. Who fits the description of being a racist white supremacist? That photo indicates even more this damn devil participated in white supremacy, participated in the segregation of our people, participated on oppressing our people, which shows you why he haven't hired any black coach, which shows you why he moves the way that he is today. Ultimately, if you spiritually mature, you know that this man comes from a man called Esau, which is the wicked, and one of his sons is Edom. And no matter what he can do, he's going to be wicked regardless.
It's the entire body of work. So it's all those things you just elaborated on. And then people see the photo, they're like, well, hold on, damn.
Right.
But it's like a piece of the puzzle that you've never seen before. You're like, well, I insert that here. Wow. That makes it look and feel very different. And I will say this to add on to everything that you were on point about. And that's why I ask again, I need him to denounce racism. Because when you're silent these days, Stephen A., you're complicit. You're complicit when you're silent.
Well, you could say that. I agree with you. But I also understand in this day and age, and I'm not talking about Jerry Jones right now, I'm just talking about that.
And you see how Jay Williams is saying he needs to he need to denounce racism. He need to come out and say, you know what? I was around this crowd. This was the lifetime at that time. This was what my family taught me. This is what I grew up into. But now when I'm in these times, I realize it was wrong, it was wicked, and it was evil of me to be participating in that and having that mindset. His devil can't even come out and say that because it's in his blood to be wicked. It's in his blood to be the wicked, right? This is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. This is what the scriptures, this is how we are able to identify who the wicked is. All right? He's not going to learn upright. He's not going to learn righteousness. He's not going to deal unjustly. He's not going to confess his faults and say, yes, I was in that mindset. Yes, I'm 14. I was raised as a racist devil, and I was trying to stop these black folks from entering the school. But guess what? I changed now. Guess what? I'm for all people now. But no, your actions show you're not for all people because your slave owners, right? These players you have, and you don't hire any black folks. You didn't speak out against Colin Kaepernick, and then you told your workers, if you guys participate in that, we're gonna cut your damn check. Shows you how much of more of a devil you are.
Generic statement you made in general. There is these days where a syllable or a sentence can cost you so much. Now, he should be worried about that as a damn billionaire, and he shouldn't be worried about that, especially if your heart is in the right place.
And Jay Williams, you know this is bothering you. You know what Stephen A. Smith is saying is nothing but trash and dirt. Hold him accountable on live TV and say, Stephen A. Smith, you're full of shit. Don't have respect to persons. This man is full of shit in everything that he's saying and the way he's trying to wizard his speech into it. Do we really want to hold people accountable for a syllable or keep people accountable for a picture? Do you know what kind of doors that's going to open? Hello, retard. They've been doing that. They've been holding people accountable for being in participating or being in the wrong place at the wrong time years ago, bringing it back up to them.
Just speaking generically, when you talk about that, I don't mind. I sit in this chair every day. You don't mind. You sit in your chair every day. But there's a whole bunch of people that are very well known, celebrities, rich and famous, that don't want no parts of these issues because they know a syllable can be misinterpreted and could cost them everything. So in this day and age, I'm saying to you, in this day and age, the way we have become as a society, even though I don't give a damn and I'm going to say what the hell I feel, there are a lot of people who don't want that smoke.
Yeah, but then it's your moral compass versus the bottom line and what's more important to you as a person.
Well, like you said,
that's exactly my point, though.
That's a decision.
It's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
No
And it's interesting when I watch
Right.
Tyler Adams and he pronounces Iran and it's Iran, and the reporter asking about racial discrimination. Like, everybody is answering these type of questions around the world, the World Cup.
Well, not everybody.
Well,
Jay, you know a lot of people. You know a lot of people that run the hell away from the microphone and the
Stephen
camera.
A.
You know that.
Jerry Jones talks about everything under
That's
the
true.
sun.
Which is why
he runs away from nothing.
Which is why we called him out with Kaepernick and the social justice issues and how silent and conspicuously absent he was. Because we said, you talk all the other times. Why the hell you ain't talking now? Say something, Jerry. We said it on this show. Speak up, Jerry. Where you at? We called them out on that because what you so silent. But then you had players coming to his defense. Black players coming to his defense and calling us out for calling him out.
It's okay. I mean, you're allowed to see two sides of the coin. Things are going to be seen differently. Being black or being any color isn't being monolithic, right?
I understand
it's the same. I commend LeBron James, and I want to take this opportunity because it's important to me for where you and I are in life. Like, I thank you for having a platform that allows us to have these type of conversations, my man. Because it's a massive platform.
Softening up,
like you just said,
Jay.
Media
You softening up on him.
Conversations.
No.
You saw that with LeBron James the other day. LeBron James had to force his own way to find a way to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it was worth him saying.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say thank you for allowing us to have this conversation. Because it's really not allowed in a lot of places.
Yes, sir. But it was allowed.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of shows that, you're right, we tackle a lot of issues on First Take that other shows don't tackle.
You know me, I run from nothing. And at the end of the day, in the end, the folks in that media, if I was a member of the media in that room last night and I didn't ask him a question and LeBron had to confront us like that, I'm not throwing shade on any of my contemporaries. I know what it's like. I was a beat writer for 17 years. I was a columnist, the whole bit. It's hard, but you got to go home and look in the mirror last night after LeBron said what he said. If you are a journalist in that room, because there's no excuse that he wasn't asked that question. None. Not because it's LeBron. Other people that you just ask basketball questions to, that's different. Anything that happens, they go and ask LeBron. But suddenly, they didn't ask him about it, where he had literally, think about that. Just think about this for a second. A professional athlete who it's exhausting for him to do these interviews sometimes. And he's a professional at all
people
times.
mince
And in the
all your
offseason, he
words.
goes, in the offseason, he goes and he lives his life and what have you. A professional athlete confronted the media about not asking him a question.
Which shows you the hypocrisy.
Not asking him a
Well, he
question.
capitalized on the moment.
did.
What we're talking about, what you
it
would have
was
liked
the-
Jerry to
it
do.
was
He
the-
capitalized and he used it as a teaching
it was
moment.
the ultimate,
And people are going to
Exactly,
think about that
Molly.
moving forward.
It was the ultimate call out. And Kyrie did it in his way.
Yep.
But LeBron, who didn't agree with what Kyrie did, still supported him because in the end, as black people, we know what time it is and we speak up about it, which is why I spoke up on behalf of Kyrie Irving when they tried to put the list of demands that they wanted from him in order for him to return, which I found to be egregious insult and insulting. And LeBron James reminded everybody of that last night. To have to remind the media, that's just, it's a bad day for the media.
You've been cooning out when Kyrie didn't want to take the juicy jab. You was cooning out, coming at Kyrie for that. All right, don't try to double back. And Stephen A. Smith, this rebuke is for you, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1:17. I'll start at 16. I said, and I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother and the stranger that is within. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Okay, you hear the small as well as the great, and don't have respect to persons because it's Stephen A. Smith. He likes to ramble his mouth. He needs to understand he's full of shit for defending Jerry Jones. He's full of shit. Everybody knows it, right? It says, because nobody asks for your input on it. Nobody asks for you to come out and make your input on it. But anytime somebody, a so-called black folk, does something, here you there. Here you are. Kyrie made a decision not to incorporate a foreign substance in his body, and here you go rambling all over the media about that, right? It says, ye shall not hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of men. All right, James J. Williams, don't be afraid of the face of men. All right? For the judgment is the Most High. This is the Lord bringing that judgment. That's why everyone's been coming at Stephen A. Smith. He had to double back now. It says, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, I will hear it. And how do you bring it unto the Lord? Is to bring it to his prophets. This is why we're going to take the stance and we're going to rebuke this coon, Stephen A. Smith. All right? You're not supposed to have respect to persons. Right? The Lord is not dealing with somebody having no respect to persons. Right? Let's go to the book of Acts. Acts chapter 10, verse 34. It says, then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that God is no respect of persons. The Lord don't care about your status, your money, your fame, how eloquent you are. The Lord, if you're wrong, the Lord's going to rebuke you. Stephen A. Smith is wrong for defending the enemy of our nation. Right? He has been an enemy, and there's actually actual facts to show you he's been an enemy. You know? So James Williams, don't go soft on him. You got to rebuke them hardly, sharply, like the scriptures tell you. James 2 and 9. But if ye have respect of persons, ye commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. So you can't have no respect of persons. All right? That's actually committing a sin to have respect to persons. That's what the Lord said. All right? Let's get another scripture. Real quick, we're just going to run down these scriptures, and take your notes. Titus 1 and 13. It says, this witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. This is why you got to rebuke men sharply. Sharply. All right? Just being scared to have confrontation on live TV. No, rebuke that man sharply. We all know Stephen A. Smith is being a goddamn coon. All right, Stephen A. The Lord doesn't care. You want to side with the wicked. What does the book of Proverbs tell you? Book of Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be punished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right? You can go being a coon for Esau, defending him. Though hand, you'll go to hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. The Lord is still going to bring that judgment on him. This is why the Lord brought out that picture of showing you Jerry Jones in there, to show you how the hypocrisy of our people, the hypocrisy of America, the hypocrisy of the media. Just like LeBron said, how come you guys didn't ask me about this question? But you guys were quick to ask me about Kyrie. Kyrie posted a tweet and was prosecuted almost as if he was someone that participated in the Holocaust. Here you have Jerry Jones, who participated in the crimes and segregation and white supremacy and downfall and oppression of our people. But he cannot be held accountable. Why is that? Because it was, 40-something years ago? Well, let's go into the articles about what America does. Right? This is the first article. The U.S. deported a 95-year-old former Nazi concentration camp guard. This article came out February 20, 2021. a Tennessee resident who was a guard at a Nazi concentration camp during the World War II, has been deported to Germany, the U.S. Justice Department said in a statement Friday. Frederick Kurlberger, a 95-year-old German citizen, was ordered removed from the U.S. in February 2021 when U.S. immigration judge determined his willing service as a guard of concentration camp prisoners constituted assistance in Nazi sponsor prosecution, and Justice Department said. Berger was allegedly removed from the U.S. under the Holtzman Amendment, which prohibits anyone who participated in the Nazis' persecution from living in the U.S. The Board of Immigration Appeals upheld the ruling in November 2020. So they held this man, they held him accountable, right? They held him accountable. And they deported him at 95 years old. And you telling me you can't hold Jerry Jones accountable? You can't speak about him being there when they was persecuting him? See, that's why America is full of shit, man. They wicked as all hell, and everything is hypocrisy in here, right? Even though we don't give a damn about the Nazis or the Germans neither, but your so-called small hatters, right? Your 1948ers, the reddish people, right? The JEW-ish people, right? Because they said that he was hey, this man was working. He needed a job. Perhaps to be a soldier at the concentration camp to feed his family. At 95 years old, you're gonna hold this man accountable for how the world was operating, right? So why that same energy can't be pushed on Jerry Jones? Shows you the hypocrisy. And for you, Stephen A. Smith, for you to defend that man, shows you how much of a damn sucker you are, man. Shows you that Esau has his foot, his rod, his everything up your damn behind, up your rectum, right? You was a clown, and the Most High gonna judge you, right? Because you don't speak for righteousness. You don't speak for the poor, okay? This man complains all day, every day. He want to comfort Jake. Every day, like it tells you in the book of Psalms. Like in the book of Psalms, this is what the wicked does. This is the wicked. This is what the wicked do. Psalms 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant at thy mouth? Yeah, you people that's claiming to be of Israel, you know, you're not of the children of Israel. Why are you trying to take the statute of the Lord? Why are you trying to declare the Lord's covenant? Verse 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee. And that's what the wicked does. These are the people you're defending, Stephen A. Smith. The wicked, you're defending them. They hate instruction. They cast the words of the Lord behind them. Verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consented with him and has been partakers with adulterers. You seen a thief. Jerry Jones is a damn thief, a culture vulture, preying on the lives of so-called black men, being able to stand and congregate with racist white devils and being able to tell them that they cannot, the so-called black man cannot come to school. Okay? 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. That's what Jerry Jones did in his tweet. Oh, come on, man. This was 40-something, 60-something years ago. I was 14. This is over. I'm happy we're out of this now. And here you go, Stephen A. Smith. Let me come save Master. Hey, Master. Don't talk about Master. You see what he did to your pop? Willie Lynch. Right? Verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Meaning what? Everything this wicked has been doing, right? Wait, no, Slack here. Verse 20, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, because Esau was Jacob's brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. What did they do to Kyrie Irving? What are they doing to Kanye West on the media? What did they do to you, LeBron, when you played the song that said you getting so-called ish money, right? They slandering the mother's son, right, which is Jacob, and this is Esau. Verse 21, these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, right? He said, I will reprove thee. Slocky, hold on one second. He said, I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes. And this is why you see men like myself, like from the apostles of Great Millstone, like from all brothers that come sincerely through the spirit and power of Hashem Yahushua, rising up. This is how the Lord is reproving them and setting us back in order. Right? Now, verse 22, now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to be delivered. Right? This is the type of time the Lord is on. Understand that. All right? So what about, this man, almost years ago, still being held accountable? Hey, what about Haiti? What about Haiti, the greatest heist in history, how Haiti was forced to pay reparations for freedom? 1804 happened, and you telling me 21 years ago, 1825, the France came with guns, letting the Levites know, the Haitians know, listen, if you guys don't pay over 150 million, 180 million, I think, and it took them over 122 years to pay, if you don't pay this money back, it's going to be a lot of consequences. They had to pay for things that was done years ago. So Jerry Jones has to be held accountable. Understand that. I could start right here. It said Haiti is one of the poorest nations in the world, and rich countries have their fingerprints all over the nation's stunt development. That's right. All over their stunt development. Haiti had they're extorting Haiti to this very day. Haiti has one of the most precious metals, second precious metal in the world, with iridium, and Haiti is not able to use it in order to boost its economy. Okay, Haiti has coffee, sugar, rice, and guess what? They're still being extorted and being ran by the U.S., by France. And that's why Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. It says the United States worked to isolate a newly independent Haiti during the early 19th century and violently occupied the island's nation for 19 years in the early 20th century, right? Violently occupied it. This is why they don't want you guys there, you damn devils, all right? This is the history. You need to look at Stephen A. Smith to understand why Jerry Jones can be held accountable. While the U.S. officially left Haiti in 1934, it continued to control Haiti's public finances until 1947. All right? Hipponing away around 40% of Haiti's national income to service debt repayments to the U.S. and France. This is who Haiti's been paying. Haiti's a country that produces things that it can boost its own economy for, to pay for its schools, to pay for better food, better education, to have more jobs, right? But guess what? They got to pay enemies, our enemies. Jerry Jones plays a part in our enemies. Much of the debt to France was a legacy of what the University of Virginia scholar Merlin Dont calls the greatest heist in history. Surrounded by French gunboats, a newly dependent Haiti was forced to pay its slave owners reparations. You read that correctly? It was the former slaves of Haiti, not the French slaveholders, who were forced to pay reparations. Slaves were forced to pay reparations. Until this day, Haiti is taking an effect in that. Why has that not cut and say, you know what? That was something of the past. This is the future. Why are you giving Jerry Jones the same energy? Haitians compensated their oppressors and their oppressors' descendants for the privilege of being free. All right, this is 1804 under Toussaint and Boukman when they overcame these damn devils. Right, and so it took Haiti more than a century to pay the reparations debts off. A tragic hope and revolutionary Haiti. Haiti won its independence from France in 1804, and it was almost immediately made a imperial state by the world powers. It was an independent, black-led nation created by slaves who had cast aside their chains and fought their oppressors for their freedom during a time when white-led nations were forcing brutal racist systems of exploitation around the world. Haiti, then known as Saint Dominic, was been the crown jewel of French Empire. It was the most lucrative colony in the world. French planters forced African slaves, they were not African, just because they came over by the west coast of Africa. These were Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Levi. Okay, most of them could have been mixed with West Indians and also so-called Negroes. All right, because the boats dropped different families off. Okay, it says the French planters forced so-called African slaves to produce sugar, coffee, and other cash crops for global market. The system seemed to work well, that is, until the French and American Revolution helped to inspire in 1781. That became the world's largest, most successful slave revolt. Against all odds, the slaves won. Former slaves sent slaveholders scurrying to France and America, and Haitians successfully fought back subsequently efforts to enslave them. Haiti was the first nation to prominently ban slavery. So you telling me a nation is getting held accountable for fighting off oppressors that's illegally chastising them, that's illegally oppressing them, that's legally putting them in slavery, all right? And they fought them back, and then they got to make a payment for that? They had to pay for that 21 years later? But you're going to tell me Jerry Jones can't be held accountable or you can't speak about it? The man is not even put on trial. The man ain't going to court system. You over here defending that he doesn't even be speaked about. Oh, don't say that. This is wrong. I hear you guys talking. Shows you how wicked of a coon you are. It says, but as a nation of freed black slaves, Haiti was a threat to the existing world power. President Thomas Jefferson worked to isolate Haiti diplomatically and strangle it economically, fearing that the success of Haiti would inspire slave revolts back home. Exactly. And this is the only reason why slavery was abandoned anyway, because Abraham Lincoln, he didn't do no damn. He wasn't helping people, man. They knew how to, what they created was how to incorporate legal slaves and make them work for you for minimum low wages. Okay, because of what the Levites did, it could have sparked a worldwide rebellion, and they didn't want that. So they made it seem like, and that's the gift. That's why you should not respect persons and gifts. So that gift they gave them is actually what polluted them. You know, let me get that. Let me get that precept. Let me get that precept. This is Deuteronomy 16 and 19. Thou shalt not rest with judgment. Thou shalt not respect a person, neither take a gift. For a gift doth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Right? You know, you don't take a gift. The gift, what? The gift destroys the heart. And that gift of making it seem like they abolished slavery. Now, Jake was walking around thinking they free. But that's why some slaves in the North, they was like, now you guys are not free. They wasn't freeing these slaves because they became human resources. You became state of the property. You wasn't, the Constitution didn't apply to you Negroes because you wasn't considered a person yet. You was a free slave, wasn't considered a person. You understand? But that gift of slavery is abolished is what destroyed the hearts of everyone. Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And that's how you know, Stephen A. Smith, you're not a wise man. Because if you've seen that Jerry Jones picture, that's oppression. If you was wise, that make you mad, and you don't take any gifts from the wicked. It destroys your heart. When it says it destroys your heart, it destroys your judgment on the man that you're dealing with at hand. Back in the article, it says with the intervention and spread of the cotton gin, slavery was becoming much more lucrative. At the very same time, a free Haiti was coming into existence, and slave owners in the United States and other countries clung to the extended and inhumane means of production. Haitian success was perceived as a threat to the system for decades. The United States didn't officially recognize Haiti until 1862, as slavery began to be abolished. Down here it says Haiti's critical period of development. France intervened even more directly than the U.S. to thwart its success. In July 1825, the French King Charles X sent an armed flotilla of warships to Haiti with the message that the young nation would have to pay France over 150 million francs to secure its independence or suffer the consequences. You see that? 21 years later, from 1804, they were trying to hold them accountable. All right, Stephen A. Smith? It says that sum was 10 times the amount the United States had paid France in the Louisiana Purchase, which had doubled the size of the U.S. Almost literally at gunpoint, Haiti caved to France's demands in order to secure its independence. The amount was too much for the young nation to pay outright, so it had to take out loans with hefty interest rates from French banks. Over the next century, Haiti paid French slave owners, their descendants, an equivalent between 20 to 30 billion in today's money, in today's dollar. It took Haiti 122 years to pay it off. Professor Lorraine Don't writes, sincerely damaged the newly independent country's ability to prosper. That's why they're the worst country right now. Understand? That's why. After the 2010 earthquake completely devastated Haiti, scholars and journalists wrote a letter to the French president demanding that France pay back Haiti. And French economist Thomas Piketty resurrected the idea that in 2020, arguing France owes Haiti at least $28 billion. Where is it? It didn't happen. This is why it's total turmoil in Haiti right now. Chaos. And violence is supremely high. Kidnappings is supremely high. All cause of these damn devils. The French government, under multiple presidents, has balked the idea, and it is unlikely to pay Haiti back anytime soon. But if the French world wants to help right the doings done Haiti in the past, perhaps the most effective policy right now would be to accept more Haitian refugees. That's it. Flee your country. That's what they did. That's what they're saying. This wouldn't be the only humane policy that would improve their and their future family lives. It would also be likely be a boost to the Haitian economy. According to the World Bank, Haitian export treaties sent $3 billion of remittance back home to Haiti in 2018, which was almost 1/3 of the island's nation's entire GDP, which is a lie, because Haiti is completely doing horrible right now. So this is what we don't understand, Stephen A. Smith, about your defense. You're not dealing right. You're not making the right judgment. And what you see, what Haiti went through is something of the past. This is something that these devils been doing. This is part of their history. This is why we go hard. But you guys don't want to voice our opinions. Because you know what we saying hurts. And it's the truth. And the truth do hurt. This first Maccabees 8:1. Now Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovely accept all that join themselves unto them, and make a league of enmity with all that came unto them. What does that sound like? League of enmity. This is what these devils do, right? Try to build you and make contracts with you, right? Verse 2. And that they were men of great valor. It was told him also of their war and noble acts which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute. See? Brought them under tribute. This is what they do. And what they had done in the country of Spain for the winning of the mines of silver and gold, which is there. Verse 4, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all the place, though it were very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost parts of the earth, till they had discomforted them and given them great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. This is what Haiti went through. This is what we go through. And you want to defend him? You want to defend this damn devil? There is no defending this devil. Understand that. The Lord is going to destroy him for his unrighteous decrees, like I tell you in the book of Isaiah. Okay, let's get that. Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Right? Unrighteous decrees is what they do. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. This is what they do. Verse 3, and what will ye do in that day of visitation and in desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? This is what the Lord is going to do to these damn devils. Okay? Because of the hypocrisy and how wicked they are. Because that's how wicked these guys are, man. Right? Let's just get the book of Ecclesiastes 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is why the Lord is going to destroy Babylon and these Edomites. It's going to be translated into who's next in power, the Israelites. And you 2/3 dudes that's been cooning, right? The Lord going to get you. The Lord going to get you for that. Understand that. You know? Let's get and then you guys that's like, oh, this is the past. This is the past. Stop holding them accountable for what the past. Well, let's get Isaiah. All right, since you want to focus on the past. This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You see that? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers. So the Lord is going to hold you damn devils accountable. There is no escaping his judgment. Stephen A. Smith, you're going to go down with them. And Jay Williams, stop being soft, man, and rebuke these dudes, man, when they go off. You on this platform, you think to have this platform, to have this mouth, you know it's bothering you in your spirit. Rebuke these dudes when they come off. Rebuke Shaq, Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, all of these damn coons, man. Those are the gates that's language. Like it tells you in Jeremiah 14:2, Judah mourneth the gates thereof language. These are the people that's so-called supposed to be the leaders of the black, Hispanic, Native American community, but it's language. Shalom to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone. Haruel, all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone. Haruel, special salutations to the hopeful elect, by Yahweh, the house of David, and to the confusion that faces God across the four corners of the globe. Shalom.